You all know who Percy Jackson is, right? Well, if you don't, you could just ask me. If someone asked me back in the day what my hobby was, I would say reading books. And out of those books, my favorite was Percy Jackson. Ever since picking up the first book in grade 8, I was hooked on Greek mythology and read up everything I can about it. And this is where I came across the story of Ariadne and Theseus. Toastmaster of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Once upon a time, in ancient Greece, there lived a beautiful princess called Ariadne. She was the daughter of the Cretan king Minos. Now, this Minos was weird. He had a labyrinth in his backyard that had a fearsome minotaur within it. A minotaur is a half man, half bull beast, and heroes from all over the land used to come and try and conquer this minotaur. One year, this dashing young prince called Prince Theseus came over, and Ariadne was in love with him from first sight. She vowed to help him somehow conquer the minotaur within. She gave him a ball of gold and a sword, and yes, Theseus succeeded. He navigated the labyrinth successfully, and he conquered the minotaur within. But he also left behind Ariadne and forgot completely about her. A few weeks back, when I was thinking what I could say for my CC3, I remembered this story and realized I do have a lot of common things in life with this story. Let me explain. Going to the polo on Sunday was something that is traditionally done by my father. So one day when he asked me to go and buy all the necessary groceries for the week, I was overjoyed. I was so enthusiastic. I went and brought the best fruits, vegetables, you name it, I brought it. When I came over to the food stall, there was this ripe, very plump, awesome smelling watermelon right out in front. So I asked the lady there, could you give me one watermelon? She turned back, picked up the most unripe, inedible, that fruit didn't smell good at all. And she handed it over to me. I told no. I thought she was cheating me. I told her to give the lovely one right out in front. She wasn't okay with it, but she gave it to me. It was smelling lovely all the way home. But when I got home and my mother was cutting it open, I realized why it smelled so good. It was rotting from the inside. It was so bad. We couldn't even salvage one little bit to eat. That was the last day I fell for the best looking fruit. Much like Ariadne fell for the dashing looking Prince Theseus, I also realized that even in real life, things that look good on the outside are rarely as good on the inside. It doesn't hurt to take a step back and peer beneath the shiny veneer and see things for what they really are. Unlike Ariadne, Theseus thought of things on the logical side. He wanted to successfully navigate the labyrinth. He wanted to conquer the minotaur within. And he used every possible advantage he could get, irrespective of how it made others around him feel. Growing up, that was me. Back in school, swimming started at 5:15 in the morning, and I insisted someone have my breakfast ready, someone have my uniform ironed and ready, my school shoes ready, basically everything ready for me to pick up my bags, leave home. If that wasn't enough, someone had to drive me to school as well. And that someone was my parents. Growing up, this never bothered me, but later on I realized this must be torture. Waking up at 3:30 in the morning every day, packing my things up for me, going to work, working till late, getting back home late, repeating it all over again. But unlike Theseus, I realized this. Now the decision that Theseus took to leave behind that pretty little girl Ariadne back in that island ended with her taking her own life. Luckily, nothing of that sort happened to me. But it taught me never to take things for granted, to always appreciate the little things that people do for you. It may be you need to. It may be something like helping you to study the night before the exam. But whatever it is, don't hesitate to take a step back and see how your actions have consequences on others around you, no matter how small those actions are. If Theseus had taken a step back and realized he was being selfish, he could have saved one person's life. If Ariadne had taken a step back and realized Theseus was just using her as a means to an end, she would have saved herself a lot of heartbreak. If I had taken a step back and realized the lady who was selling fruits at the fruit stall for 10 years before I got there knew better than me. If I hadn't taken a step back and realized I was being selfish, how much my parents were sacrificing for me to be successful, I would never have realized my flaws. We all watch TV, right? Have you ever stepped up so close to the screen that the hairs on your face stood up? I know I used to do that. But did you also notice that the picture on the screen wasn't visible anymore? You couldn't see the entire picture. Well, that's life. You can't see the entire picture if you're standing up too close. So, Toastmaster of the day, my question to you is, will you be taking a step back? Over to you.